Okay, I've got 6:15, so the three of us. Oh, there's Greg. Hi. Okay. All right. 15. We'll go ahead and start. Brian, do you want to do the property at 316 East Main?
Sure. I hope everyone received the information about the Farm Bureau project. They're looking to expand some office space in what would be to the west of their current property. Through that, I think originally, and some of this was before me. They had looked to expand to the rear, but there were some floodplain issues with them trying to go in that direction because of where that property sits. So they've redone their designs and submitted the application that hopefully you all got a copy of. But basically, they're adding some office space to the west side of the building, and they're going to have to move their handicap ramp around to the front of the building. I went down and looked at the property. There's no setback issue with where they have enough space between there and property lines to move out in that way. It is a allowed usage office space, and they are going to just continue with the design of the building as far as the outside, how it's going to look on the outside framing and everything. So I didn't see any issues, but that's pretty much what I have, unless someone has questions about that particular property.
Issues behind the building.
I missed part of that, Woody. What was it?
I just saying we certainly see the floodplain issues behind the building, but if there's no setback issues, I see no reason why this wouldn't be approved.
Okay. You want to make a motion to approve it?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good. Okay. That's approved. And then now on to the 701 East Main property.
I was presented this information developer that works for AutoZone, and if you can tell that some of those drawings and everything I had to reduce down because they sent large versions, but basically the space between what is now the Fast Stop and the Pizza Hut, that lot, the owners are looking to split that in half, and what would be the right half, if you're looking, it would be the eastern half of that property. AutoZone is looking to purchase and develop a branch of their organization there. Some of the few concerns that we had, that there's no floodplain issue there either. The plans they sent, everything seemed to meet initially with parking. The size of the property based on the size of the building based on the size of the property seemed to fit. The conversations I've had with this fellow, a larger project like this, it's not just an addition. I've sent him copies of our zoning ordinance, including Article 9 with the design guidelines, with the understanding that any approval that he got before a final CO would be issued, they would have to meet those guidelines that are within Article 9. But I didn't see any issues based on this. The front of the business was going to be toward US 19, with the rear of the business not actually having access to Main Street. If you've driven down through there, you know that the bank is kind of higher in that area. There's an elevation there and behind that building between it. So there's not going to be any direct access from that business to Main Street. Their main access point is going to be off of 19, although I think they may be working with the adjoining property owners about parking lot access between the businesses, between the Fast Stop and then whatever winds up going in the the other subdivided property. But that's the main points from that. If someone has any additional questions, maybe I can answer those.
So I haven't been around for any sign reviews, the signing on the front of the building and any standing signs. You'd indicated that you'd sent them our requirements for that. So do we get a review before they actually order them or build them, or do they just put them up and then if we find out they don't comply, make them take them down?
The process for that comes through me by their ordinance. The only signs that get reviewed are those that don't fit within the guidelines. So if they want to get something approved that doesn't fit with what we've already passed, that would come before you all. So as long as what they are submitting to me for their sign review, which they haven't started yet. I've been in touch with the company, but they haven't submitted any designs, but I've sent them a copy of our sign ordinance and said that anything would have to fit within those guidelines. And if it didn't, they'd have to go through a much longer process. So my understanding is that their intention is to have them fit, but if as long as they fits within the size and dimensions and shape of those guidelines, then I can approve it. It's only if they want to go outside of that that it would come before this board.
So are they required to submit those to you before they construct them?
They are, yeah. Everything happens pre, and there's actually penalties built in there if they get ahead of the game. But I've had contact with the sign company who they're going to be contracting with. They just haven't sent any official signs. They wanted preliminary information about what was required, and I've sent that to them.
Okay, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Will there be any landscape plans?
There will, and I explained to him there were some landscaping requirements to meet this meeting so they could start the process. That was one and that he didn't have prepared. I explained to him that any approval that was zoning would be contingent on him complying with the requirements that are in Article 9 of our guidelines. What those guidelines are for landscaping.
And the only other thought I had was exterior lights will be downlighting.
That was my understanding. We didn't get to a full lighting plan. I told him it would have to comply with whatever was required within those design guidelines. But he mentioned that was a suggestion from other communities, so that was what they were shooting for anyway.
Are they going to do with the other half of the lot? If they're not going to use it, you said they're subdividing it. Are they just going to leave it as is, or do they plan on paving it or planting greens?
I haven't talked with the property owners. Again, it's my understanding I think it's the High Five Hospitality owns that entire lot. They are going to subdivide it and then sell the right portion to AutoZone. And I haven't spoken with the owners about. I think my intention is the other portion of that property is still on the market to be sold to, any sort of commercial businesses looking to go there.
Oh, okay. So it's not AutoZone's responsibility.
No, it's my understanding they're only buying the eastern portion of that property.
Any other questions? Anybody want to make a motion?
I'll make them.
Okay, go ahead.
I'll second.
I'll approve.
Sorry. I didn't hear any of that.
Can you hear me? I'll make a motion to approve this preliminary plan.
Okay. Anybody want a second?
I'll make a motion to second.
Okay. All in favor? Good. Woody? Okay, great. And then before we adjourn, Brian, are you on vacation at a plantation? Are you on a magazine shoot? What is going on? Is that your house?
This is my house. Yeah, it's beautiful here this time of year.
It looks like, I was like, this couch looks so well planned out, like a magazine shoot. So
You believe that, right? Yeah.
no, I don't for a second, because the leaves aren't moving.
Well, yeah.
It's my thought anyway, right?
My wife doesn't want you to see the room that's behind me, so.
Oh, gotcha. Well played. All right. I think that's all we have on the agenda tonight, correct?
As far as I know.
Okay. Anyone want to make a motion to adjourn? Nobody? I'll make a motion to adjourn then.
I'll motion or second, whichever.
Okay. All right. We are adjourned at 6:26. We'll see you guys soon.
All
Okay,
right, thank you.
thank you.
Bye.
Bye.